Hey, welcome to part 5 of Intro to Programming. In this video, we're going to cover what an else-if statement is. In the last video, we covered the if-else statement. Well, in this one, it's just going to be an if-else statement. It's basically a way to add more comparisons and more conditions to an if-else statement or an if statement. So with that being said, let's get into it. So how we're going to do this is we're going to be given a number. Given a number, we're going to see if that number is less than 50, greater than 50, or equal to 50. So let's write out a variable called number and equal to 40. It can be whatever you want. It can be whatever you want. Doesn't matter. You don't have to follow exactly along. And then let's write out an if statement. So if number is less than 50, code block, go ahead and print out number is less than 50. And then else, so this is just covering like the last video, the if else part. Console cw tab console.writeLine number is greater than 50. Okay, but so now we have, if it's less than 50, we print out number is less than 50. But if it's greater than or equal to 50 at this point, it's just going to print out number is greater than 50. Well, to check that third condition, we can put an else if statement in between this if and else statement. So right here, else if, and this, you need another condition here because you're testing something else. You're checking another condition. So if number is equal to, remember, equal to, you have to have two equal sign operators when comparing values. Just one equal operator is an assignment value, just like this right here. That's assigning a value to a variable. So if number is equal to 50, CW tab, number is equal to 50. So let's go ahead and run the program and see what we get. So number is less than 50, and let's look at why. So the compiler gets to this first if statement, evaluates it. Is number less than 50? Yes, it is. So it's going to print out number is less than 50. All right, what if we put 55? F5 to run it. We're going to get number is greater than 50. That's because the compiler gets to this first if statement. Is number less than 55? No, it's not. Go on to this one. Compare this. Is number equal to 50? No, it's not equal to 50. Okay, now just print out whatever's down here, the else. So that's why we got number is greater than 50. Now, if we were to put 50, go ahead and hit F5 to run it. Number is equal to 50. That's because we get here, number is less than 50. It's not less than 50. Is number equal to 50? Yes, it is. Go ahead and print that out and then skip this down here. So it's going to print this out, skip this, continue the program down here, given any other code that we have down there. So that's how you use an else if statement. Now, let's do something else and see how we can compare a given a number, see if we can, given a number, check to see if it's within a given range. So let's say we're given the number 7. Let's see if it's in the range from 1 through 10 inclusively. So let me get rid of all this. I'm going to create a variable here. Let's call it number again. I'll put 7. Doesn't matter what you put. If number is greater than or equal to 1 and number is less than or equal to 10, so this is the AND operator, and it's evaluating two expressions here, and it's saying if number is greater than or equal to 1 and number is less than or equal to 10, then go ahead and execute the block of code. I will say in the range. So how this works is it's just checking. Both expressions on both sides need to evaluate to true for the entire overall expression to be true. So let me actually go down here and show you how this works. I'm going to do a block comment here. Expression 1, expression 2, and then the result of those expressions. We're checking the AND operator. So if expression 1 is equal to true, so let's say like if that was equal to true, and expression 2, if that was equal to false, then the result is going to be equal to false because the AND operator needs both expressions to be true for the entire result to be true. So if expression 1 is equal to false and expression 2 is equal to true, again, we get false for the entire result. If expression 1 is equal to false and 2 is equal to false, then the whole result will be false, obviously. If expression 1 is equal to true and expression 2 is equal to true, then and only then will the entire result be equal to true. So it's looking for both expressions to be true for the entire result of the overall if statement right here to be true. So let's go ahead and run this. And now you can see that, so number, it was testing number right here. Is number greater than or equal to 1? That's true. And is number less than or equal to 10? That's also true. Execute the code in the range. If I were to change this to 11, it did not execute. It did not meet this condition. So is number greater than or equal to 1? Yeah, it is greater than or equal to 1, but is it also less than or equal to 10? No, it's not. So this was false right here. This did not match. This was false. This was true. But since one of them was false, the entire thing evaluated to false and it skipped the block of code. Now let's use the OR operator to see how we can see if a given number is outside of a given range. So I'm going to get rid of all this, make another variable, call it number again, equal to 5. And then let's say, okay, so if number is less than 1, or this is the OR operator, number is greater than 10. Not in range. So how the OR operator works is it's testing this first condition, saying is number less than 1 or is number greater than 10. So it's only looking for one of these expressions to be true for the entire thing to be true. So let's actually write these down here like we did with the AND operator. So if expression 1 is equal to true, this one, let's say, and expression 2 is equal to false, let's say this expression over there, just pretend, then go ahead and the entire result is going to be true. If expression 1 is equal to true and expression 2 is equal to, expression 1 is equal to false and expression 2 is equal to true, the entire result is going to be true. If expression 1 is equal to true and 2 is equal to true, then obviously the result is going to be equal to true. If expression 1 is equal to false, or I think I've been saying and this whole time, or expression 2 is equal to false, then the entire result will be false. So it's the way the OR operator works is the only way it's going to evaluate to false is if both conditions evaluate to false. Then the entire thing is going to be false because it's only looking for one of the expressions to be true for the entire overall expression to result in being true. So let's run this block of code and see how this works. So we didn't get anything printed out of the console because this evaluated to false because we're trying to find if something's not in the range. So since this 5 is in the range, it skipped this. So is 5 less than 1? No, it's not. Okay, is 5 greater than 10? No, it's not. So we met this condition down here, false, false, false. Let's go ahead and change that to 12. Run it. Okay, now we hit it, not in range. We hit this block of code executed. Is 12 less than 1? No, it's not. That is false. Or is 12 greater than 10? That's true. Execute the block of code. One of these evaluated the true, so the entire thing is true, and it's going to execute the block of code. Same thing if I were to put -5. It's going to hit that, execute that block of code again because number is less than 1, but it's not greater than 10. So the first expression was 1 in this case, and the second expression was false, but one of them was true, so it executes the block of code. Okay, that's how AND and OR operators work with the if statements. Play around with them, try out your own things. It's a great way to learn new things, to just trying new things on your own and seeing what does and doesn't work. So in the next video, we're going to cover reading and writing to the console. So capturing user input and then printing more stuff out. We'll probably use some of the stuff we've already learned. So that's a little bit more interactive. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.